Hello everyone, my name is Ned Finn, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back to Factorio. Getting dangerously close here, folks. Did a little bit more futzing around with the old factory facility here. What all did I do last time? I think this is new. I don't think that this was here last time. Also, hello to Matto in chat. If you are still here, good to see you. I do appreciate the pop in from my ever loyal bean. But yeah, I think this facility is new. Since last we popped in, finally licking our our copper production. Where did I do it? Yeah, I even put together a separate basic circuit construction zone just because we needed it. But I also cut off the flow of... the flow of these materials because I didn't want to build the frickin' rocket before folks were here for it, you know? I don't know how this works. I've never completed this game before. But yeah. Got quite an accumulation of material here. Oh, that's right. We're also bringing coal in, slowly but surely. Because we expanded our plastics production. I think I was streaming when I did that. But yeah, I've got... these 3 extra plants making plastics, which did necessitate more coal. Now, what did we say was the issue? This one. Underdefended, huh? Where is our... That's right, the iron. Making that rocket feel good. Yeah, the iron train goes up from here. No, stop. Come back. I am still, like, deeply paranoid that I did not set up my train signals correctly. But I have to believe that I did just based on the fact that there hasn't been a crash yet. So, we'll call that a win. Speaking of wins, let's go ahead and give these guys a quick mechanical tune-up. Remember, you can tune a gun, but you can't tune a fish. That there. Yeah, no reason not to. We've got the space. We've got the turrets on hand now that we're actually now that we've automated their production. Might as well, you know, bust in, do some damage. Cause a little chaos. See what kind of trouble we can stir up. Alright, no way, come back. Come back, Mr. Train. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging and screaming. Now, this is actually an important question. Let's see how this works. Because this should absolutely prevent this train from coming through, yes? It works! Oh, it works. Yes! Yeah! Okay, so it has actually worked, and this is good. We could do this perpetually, ad infinitum in the future when we're playing Factorio in the future. We do not have to fear the trains as I did this particular go round. All right, we got the iron line back up doing its thing. I hate everything about this. This is a bad way of doing this. And it should be stopped. Okay, yeah, no. I can see why this would make you mad. What on earth am I doing? Load it up in there, you bozo. And conceivably, we should be doing this with steel chests, but it is kind of neither here nor there. This can go away. Not necessary. Not anymore. And then... Okay, yes. You do this, do this. This whole thing has been an utter shambles this entire time. It's been a sham. Not a shambles, just a sham. It's been a profoundly silly way of doing things. Full stop. Bar none. There we go. There's no reason to not do things this way. That's the simple fact of the matter. Okay, there we go. Good lord. Very foolish that I wasn't doing this this way from the beginning. But whatever. Hold on. Hold up on Gov. Oh gosh, this thing doesn't have anything. No inserters. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're at very much strong iron plate accumulation, but still, silly. Look at that 12 million chunks of iron. 5.8 million out there. 3.5. 2.6 million units of uranium. And there's 9.8. Yeah, start getting into those deep veins of materials the further out from the factory you get. It's all well and good. Let's see here. How goes the rocket? Not too shabby. Honestly. Okay, so this is just a slow process then. But you all know what we do with slow processes. We give them a bowl of Wheaties and see what we can have happen there. Well, heck, we could, yeah, why not? Let's expand this. Also, how's power production going? Oh, yeah, still meeting that. Very tiny accumulator dip there, which is fine. Current nuclear setup is still very scalable. Which is precisely what we want to see. I was about to say, I'm surprised that we're not seeing, like, more serious accumulation. This is still coming from the old manual lines, which are... Oh, goodness. So, it's a trickle at this point. Honestly, could free up some space here and here as well. What on earth was even here? What the heck was here? Guns, maybe? Don't know what to do with that information. Oh, well. Yeah, we can go ahead and throw together a couple more of these. This is a fairly repeatable pattern here. As soon as we actually build the ding-dang things. Just fine. It really is the rocket fuel that is proving to be the bottleneck here. We've got plenty of everything else. And we're going to run dry on the frickin'... Well, we're going to run dry both on the low-density structures and the the advanced circuits eventually. It seems like everything is pretty much trickling out at the same speed. But as of right now, the bottleneck is on rocket fuel, so that is what we will address. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. There we go. We need more of these things, which again, definitely should be automating. Oh my gosh, we're tapping into the accumulators. Good golly. There we go. We've increased rocket fuel production by... Oh, what would that be? What on earth was this supposed to be? It doesn't matter. We've increased it by, what, 50%? You can even double it if we really wanted to. Like, double it from what it was. Can't imagine that being super necessary, though. Let's see where we're at on this production. 91%. More rocket fuel incoming. We might as well. It's not going to hurt anything. We've got... well, I don't want to say a functionally endless supply of solid fuel, but, like... We're pretty well situated when it comes to solid fuel. Just keeping it, 100 with y'all. Well, it's not going to be expanded down there. And yes, I do see that there's something happening. But nothing was destroyed, so we'll call it a win for now. So I'm really unsure what this little bit of chicanery was supposed to be. We'll keep that more or less as it is for the time being. Oh, no! Well, that's unfortunate. Gosh, oh golly. That's disappointing, but can't be helped. It is what it is. Still, we've increased it by 75%. That works for me. Not quite doubling it, but, that's enough to make me happy. Oop. No productivity modules. No, 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 no. Speed modules. Don't need productivity. We've got all the material in the world. We need to be making it faster. Here's the thing, folks. We could get rid of just literally this little set of accumulators to make room for another assembler. But I don't wanna. Let's go ahead and run down here. See what's going on. I mean, this is all me being impatient. We will eventually make enough rocket fuel for the thing. This is just me wanting to make more quickly. If there's anything inherently wrong with that. But it is worth, it is worth pointing out. Now, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Gosh. The placement of the, of these things probably could have stood to be a little bit more intelligent. Although, conceivably, this is... Oh, what is this? We're out of concrete. Are you quite certain about that? Gracious. It doesn't matter. We could fit a couple more of these bad boys in along here if we really needed to. But honestly, I think that the heat is, like, more or less exactly where it needs to be. We're not at any risk of running below 990 at this point. We just need to maintain a minimum of 500, so, like, I think we're okay. That being said... Ooh. Oh, hello! Oh, is this it? Okay. So we've built the rocket. And oh. Oh, I see. So we've got to build another one. We've got to build 2 of these suckers. Or fill up 2 of these bars, I suppose, for a total of 200 rocket components, which means quite a lot of these things. That's 2,000 processor units, which is so many processor units. A bunch of rocket fuel. Yeah, so there we've got time. How is your next week looking? Although, while we are looking at all this, we might as well see about an increase of these bad boys. Require iron plates and copper plates to make. Let's go and get ourselves some more copper, some more iron, rather. And some more copper. Look at that. We're still, like, consistently using this stuff. God, the copper train was a good idea, as it turns out. What's up, fellas? Alright, buckaroos. I don't like you being so close to the old facility here. Oh. Nothing personal, but, you know, we just gotta get you out of the way here, fellas. Alright, let's see here. Steam. Okay. Oh, because they're not actually being pushed to their maximum. I gotcha. Okay, well that's just fine then. Yeesh. Okay, that's fine. Got boilers aplenty. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's lovely. It's bloody beautiful. It's bloody beautiful. And then I've got my little portable fission reactor as well that I worked so very hard on. I say little. It's bloody enormous. But kind of is what it is. Okay, let's see here. Now, I'd still like to make another energy shield. and a another Mark II energy shield, that is, and another few. A couple of personal lasers would be pretty dope-tacular, if I do say so myself. Hey, pal. What on earth is happening? Excuse me? It's an accumulation, an over-accumulation of light oil is what's causing the problem. Really, that is astonishing to me. That's the issue. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's annoying as all hell. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, gosh, that's astonishingly stupid. Alright. We need... Oh my gosh, we need to, like, divert half of our light oil production directly into the frickin' thing. It doesn't matter. And also, this is meaningfully stupid as well. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's enough to keep us in the gold, I suppose, for a while there. And then as this empties, we'll just cut this off. Throw this into... That's astonishingly strange. Not a fan of that. It's fine. Not that big of a deal. Just frustrating. Frustrating, but imminently solvable is the other thing, right? That's the other thing. It really is imminently solvable. Look at that. See? Goodbye, circuit accumulation. We have no need of you. Yeah, looking good, looking across the board good. I was about to say, what on earth are we still making these things for? But it's for a reason. Let's see here. Gosh, oh golly almighty, what is... There's literally nothing slowing this down. There's just high demand for these things. That's literally it. We're making these things at a very reasonable pace. Well, I say reasonable. And ultimately, it's this noodle work of belts that really causes no end of issues, and it makes it very difficult to establish, like, new facilities easily. Next time that I play Factorio from, like, the ground up, one, trains are going to be a much bigger part of the factory much earlier on, and robots. The robots make so much of the transportation logistics kind of moot, right? Because then it's not a matter of belt design. It's a matter of bot production, which you can also automate the logistics of, or, you know, fix the logistics of through bots. And then it just becomes a power problem. You just need enough electricity to support the network. And, I mean, you can always just go, you know, solar as quickly as quickly as possible. You can also, yeah, look at that. It's perfect. What's our power output at now? 95, and that's because it's the night. I feel like... Yeah, look at that. Can you show me how do you do a main bus? Hello, Hio Frog. I do not understand the question. But I appreciate you being here. Always good to see a new face in chat. Inscrutable questions notwithstanding. $104 today, Michael, in Texas. Good lord. Well, you have my condolences, as always, for the uninhabitability of Texas never ceases to amaze. At this point, I'm just doing it because I can. These lines have not been updated since they were originally built, with no serious negative consequences. I'm just doing it because I have the capacity to do so. Which is, you know, as fine a reason to do as any to do anything. Can't even lead into this, so we won't. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave that as it is. As is for the time being. Facility. This is still, you know, ticking along about as we would want it to. Yeah, we're basically just about making enough. 112 tomorrow. Happy September. No kidding. Michael, I am so sorry that the weather where you live is just so absolutely dreadful. That sounds monumentally unpleasant. All right. Well, how's our rocket production going? Also, where is this happening? It's down there. Ooh. Honestly, seems like I should build some walls here as well. That might have to be something that we look into later. The minute they start negatively impacting my train, then we have issues. Yeah, the rocket fuel, the speed of the rocket fuel manufacturing is starting to bum me out a little bit. Oh my gosh, by golly. It's because the solid fuel is going so slowly. Ugh. I can throw a little solid fuel in there. Not that it much matters. These things require like 20 solid fuel per unit of rocket fuel, which is insane. That is so much. You know what this calls for? More Wheaties. Where's my Wheatie production at? Well, let's see here. Here they are. Come here, my boys. Enjoy your cereal. Become big and strong. Have your Wheaties. Grow powerful, my boys. Well, main bus, I heard it's a way for materials to go that split to the factory. Still not quite understanding the question, but if it's a matter of splitting materials, I mean, splitters are the way to go. Which, like, I only after putting, good lord, how many hours have I put into this game? After over 250 hours playing Factorio, I've only just now realized that, like, the splitters can also be used to essentially, like, seamlessly integrate lines of materials as well, which is astonishing. I didn't realize that earlier, but learning is a lifelong process. How are things going here, fellas? Gosh, our buildup of Solid fuel production. Oh my goodness, it's the worst thing ever. It's not like we're wanting for crude oil. That's not the hold-up process, and we do have speed packs into oil refineries. Oh, hello, fellas. Oh, they actually destroyed my thing. The bastards. Oh well. Deal with them one way or another. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we know. Get out of my face. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Well, are, well, not too rapidly draining the light oil. Yep. This point where scale seems unfeasible. You know the deal. Just throw more Wheaties at the problem and hope that it self-solves. But this does appear to be an issue. You almost gotta wonder if it's not going to be more worth it to just pump straight petroleum into here. One does wonder. One wonders these things. That's no way to do it, though. Okay. We've got a chunk of space here. That chunk of space is actually... yeah. Okay. I'm hatching a plan. Don't get me wrong. It's a bad plan. But it's a plan that's worth trying, I think. And it also will not require pumping water through the system, which is a small mercy that I will thoroughly embrace. All right, let's see here. We've got no oil refineries. Let's build a couple of those bad boys. It's also worth mentioning that all of this is just because I'm being impatient. But still, I want stuff and I want it now. Because this is really just a... the issue here is that the petroleum supply is limited. That's all it is, so... relatively straightforward to fix, then. We just need to be producing more petroleum. We are at 24% of the way through rocket number 2. So I've been playing Factorio for quite some time. I've been playing Factorio since before it released on Steam. I bought into the game back when the developers, Woob, were still selling it directly off of their website before it launched on Steam, and I got the Steam key after the game launched officially. Excuse me. So I've been playing Factorio for quite some time. I've always played it badly, for the record. My factory is an absolute freaking mess. And I love it very, very dearly. Okay, we've got these things done. We could fit in a third. Let's do it. Because honestly, I mean, we're running... gosh, what would it be? Where's my oil train? Well, that's not it. There it is. I mean, we're essentially running 100,000 units of crude oil, mostly back and forth. Like, the yield of this facility is still in the 4 digits, which is phenomenal. Got plenty of storage tanks. We could honestly probably afford to add a 3rd fluid wagon on here, but for the fact that would mean more work for me, which you all know I'm deeply opposed to. For the first time 4 years ago. Yeah, that would have been quite some time. Never beaten the game, mind you. That is kind of what I'm looking to do. The Space Age DLC looks really fun, and I want to try my hand at that. But I've got to... I wanted to complete the base game officially first before I kind of jumped into that. So, here I am. Getting dangerously close to actually completing base game if I'm understanding my goals here correctly, which, you know, that's a dicey proposition by itself. And yes, for the record, I know that actual advanced oil processing would be the smarter thing to do. And indeed, I am doing that over here. But advanced oil processing is more something that you need to do when you're running low on crude oil, and our crude oil availability is perfectly fine. So my thinking is just to brute force it with the basic processing. Mostly because I am a coward who does not want to have to worry about a bunch of piping mess. We're going to go ahead and get that. Put that there. Absolutely not, Hio Frog. Games belong to their players. You know, play the game how you want to play it. Engage with the content however it is that's going to make it most fun for you. You know, I mean, that's the that's the entire idea of modding, right? Changing the parameters of the game to make it, you know, the most enjoyable version of itself. So, yeah, absolutely no harm in doing that. I like it because it keeps me on my toes. And I also do like to kind of like get through the experience of the game, kind of the, I suppose like the developer intended way, at least once to say that I have, but no, cheating, absolutely not. That is you taking ownership of your game and playing the way that you want to. Ain't no shame in that whatsoever. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Because if they do, they're just being curmudgeons, and I have very little patience for such things. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. Yes. Boop. Boop. All right. Look at that. Throw a couple bowls of Wheaties in there for good measure, and bada bing. Well, I say bada bing, bada boom, but still have extremely high. But look at that though. You know what we call that, folks? We call that accumulation. It's exactly what we want to see. Okie dokie. Artichokes. We want to see this line continue to grow in a general that way direction. Okay. There is still a little gap in the petroleum production. I gotta admit, I'm not loving. But... And then I learned this recently. You can hit V to swap up the orientation of the thing. Put it right there. Mm-hmm. Alex, my boy. What's up, my guy? How's it going? Been a while since you've been here. I don't know if you've seen any of these Factorio streams yet. What's up? What's going on, my guy? 39%. And to be very clear, this is all me just being impatient with my, oh yeah, we're seeing actual accumulation there. That's very good. And as that accumulates, we'll also start to see petroleum accumulation, which is also good. Exactly also what we want to see. Yep. Oh yes, things are looking good. And these are, you know, operating at full speed, at least for the type of assemblers that they are. Yes. Just go ahead. Ah, oh, no, that's definitely not what we're looking to do, as a matter of fact. Don't pause the game when I go for a snack. I didn't like being attacked because of juice or a chocolate bar. Fair. Absolutely fair on that. Doing better, and now I haven't. School started back. I've had... Alex, what is a Hako date? I do not know what this means. Is this something that you insufferable young people do? Because, you know, my understanding of the youths is, well, let's call it limited, to say the least. Boy, I'm old. But y'all know this about me. The fact that Ned is old is no mystery. Good God, I'm 32. Practically ancient in terms of the internet. But I endure... Oh, no. Okay. No, that's fine, actually. There we go. Okay. That's doing its thing. Important thing is that the crude oil amount is fine. We have... perfectly decent amount of that stuff. Homecoming, I gotcha. Okay, no, I mean, Homecoming is an ancient institution. I know what that is. I just never saw it abbreviated as Hoko. And absolutely, Hyo Frog, good to see you in chat, my guy. Feel free to drop a subscribe if you're looking for more. I get up to all kinds of nonsense on this channel, typically around 7-ish Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when it's manageable. But, yeah, thanks for dropping by. Always good to see a new friendly face in chat. Emphasis on friendly, because some of these folks are freaking weird. Be a bean. Join the garden. Become bean. Reject humanity. Become bean. Matto's my perfect boy. You leave him alone. Would be a bean. Beans is I call my subscribers and honestly the folks who regularly show up in chat, I refer to them as beans. Couldn't tell you why. I just started doing it one day. Do not need any of this. No hidden message. Literally just a thing. Really no good reason for it, quite frankly. Just something I started doing one day and I liked it, so it stuck. Let's see here. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it is still absolutely the production bottleneck, no question. The rocket fuel here, but it's coming along a lot more consistently, and I have to believe that all of my various efforts have assisted in some meaningful way, shape, or form. Let's see here. This is all going quite well. Again, we're not quite at the point of petroleum accumulation, but we're getting closer. We're getting a lot closer. Oh, look at that. Even the gap is growing less because this has fully met its quota at this point. Point being, join the garden, grow with gardener Ned to water and feed us. Yeah. My facial hair has gotten entirely out of hands, folks, and it is still light enough that it looks freaking like that looks patchy there. It's not. It's there. It's just, good lord, it's getting in my friggin' way is the problem. I need a shave. Oh no! Of course, the one facility that I don't like reinforce like it's the frickin' beaches of Normandy, and then suddenly we have problems. Get them. Where would they have even come from? Did they come from up here? Impossible to say. Barely of relevance, especially because, like, you know, our coal production is precisely where it needs to be. We don't need much of it right now. There's not much demand for coal within the factory. It's mostly for plastics production. Goodbye, Alex. You're leaving me as well? To be alone? All by my lonesome? Screaming into the void like it's the good old days? Like it's 2021 and I'm 2020. Yeah, no, 2021, and I'm back in Raleigh, streaming RimWorld to an audience of none. Well, I say streaming to an audience of none, but I had the OGs back then, which was great. But now I have like people who don't know me in real life who watch these things, which is like. It's a very small channel. The streams are always small, but like it is at the same time crazy that I do have folks that will tune in and God, that's such a wild thing to wrap my head around. That there are people who will regularly tune in to just like hang out and watch as I play a game. That's you guys are great. I do so adore streaming. It's like, it's my favorite thing. It's such a good time. Yep. Now, see here we go. The thing topped off 50,000, 100,000 units of crude oil across the board. Quickly drained. But even fully distributed across the pipe network, let's see what this ends up being once we reach capacity. Yeah, we're still at like we're at more than 60% of the total oil in these fluid wagons, right? So like we're still good. We're better than good. Yeah, not a problem. More than what, 50%? Yeah. Cool, great. Fantastic, even. Terrific, dare I say. Oh, no. Well, that's concerning. What the heck is going on here? My iron train. Well, no. Hold on. Where? Oh, the iron train goes up here. And it is coming back down. Cool, cool, cool. We should also install some radar dishes around, but neither here nor there. Now, what's going on here? That's what we need. Bulk inserters. Mm-hmm. There we go. Problem solved. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're still very much a good accumulation of the iron plates as well. No worries there. Just wanted to check in on that. And, as is so often the case with trains, the bulk inserters are the answer. Let's see how we're doing here. 71% on the rocket. Also, well, do we really want to tax the rest of the factory by going for, going for more research? I don't think so. Look at that. 128, 127 megawatts. Sun's presumably going down. That's why we're seeing a drop. Yep. But yeah. It's very, very good. Tap into that. Yeah, look at that. No meaningful drops. You can see all of this and then just stabilizes. With the dawn of the accumulators down there in red with just nothing. The accumulators no longer relevant thanks to the dawn of nuclear power. Speaking of which, nuclear power, very efficient. If you could somehow get this running, like, up and running early, you could power your entire factory off of this nonsense for, like, quite some time. Excuse me? Astonished they didn't manage to hurt this thing. The hills are alive with the sound of freedom. Let's see here. Check on something real quick. Nope. Does not look like we got a new subscriber, but that is okay. That is okay. Doing this for me at this point. Doing this for me. Gosh, the copper demand has got to be going up then, huh? Because we are actually, like, still gathering up this stuff, huh? Which is fine. Is what it's here for. Might as well. Might as bleeding well. Even with, yeah, it's 118. Even with the solar panels kind of dimmed, it's very, very, very good. Very, very good, as it turns out. Now, here's a question for you. If we went ahead, there's something like this here. Got that connected up. And then put a little this there. How bad? Like, would we actually, like, lose accumulation of our... Because I kind of think we would. Oh, no. Yeah, because this eventually filters out everything. Oh, gosh, including the... including the uranium-238. Yeah, half of all this gets, sent over there. I mean... I think we keep everyone topped off at 80 at least. Which is, you know, good. What are you cackling at over there? Ah. Well, this this might be a bad idea actually, as it turns out. Very, very bad idea, as a matter of fact. No more of that. Because yeah, look at that. Oh no, that would have been terrible. What on earth? Hold on. Why did I build this way? What was the point of this loop? I'm very confused by this thing that I very clearly built myself. Oh well. No matter. It is what it is. It's here now. Might as well leave it as is. Don't mess with a good thing, right? Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll go ahead and throw that in there. Call it a day. Yep. Turns out, it's actually totally fine. To the point that it's really not that big a deal to worry about. I mean, this is, like, future-proofing for problems that do not exist and will not exist for the duration of my time playing this game, but might as well. Also, look at it. The rocket. The rocket. Yeah, the rocket fuel still coming slower than everything else, but it is coming. So, oh, and look at that, we've achieved full accumulation on the full accumulation on the solid fuel. Which is perfect. Accumulation on the petroleum, which is also perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Good, good, good. Okie dokie. Excellent, excellent. And hey, what did I tell you? Just brute forcing the petroleum production. Exactly what we needed to do. It's not elegant. It's not an elegant solution that we have crafted here, but it is working, and I will take that as an absolute win, as always. Let's see here. Hello, Mr. Rocket. How are you doing? Also, did I ever build that energy shield? I most certainly did not. I did not build the energy shield. Gosh. I need more frickin'... I am not handcrafting all of those circuits. No, sir. Energy shield. There we go. So now it's just a matter of making the 10 energy shields. The 10 Mark 1s. And then the Mark 2. And then we get our... What do you call it? Our personal laser defense. Or defense laser? Laser defense, okay. Oh, goodness, we've already built one. Never mind, never mind. Oh, cool. We'll go ahead and do that bad boy right up. Cha. I want to bunch these together for no especially good reason. I just want to do it. Do it. All right, Mr. Rocket. How are you coming along? You almost done here? Need another 30 units of rocket fuel, essentially. And then we can take off. Which is, you know, pretty freaking exciting, if you ask me. Also, turns out I definitely didn't need to hold off on the well, what I should have been doing was accumulating it. What's up, Play for Fun? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Good to see a new face in chat. Then a little Factorio on this fine evening. Getting very, very close to the rocket launch. Actually, very, very close. Dangerously close, some might say. And just in time for sunrise. As well, yeah, we've got... There it is. This will be around this go-round. Can't send an empty rocket. Oh. Oh, I need to build a satellite, don't I? Ugh. That's a thing, isn't it? Oh. Dang it. Well. It's going to be its own separate can of worms, apparently. That's fine. And here's the thing. Once again, our dear, dear friend Accumulation will play his critical role. Oh, I hate that. Go ahead and just grab that up here. Grab a handful of rocket fuel. What else do we need? We need radar dishes, which we can build. 3, 4. Gosh, I didn't realize that... It's fine. I didn't realize this was going to be a thing, though. Let's see here. Need more processor units, which... we've got now. Yes, sir. Need 100 solar panels, which seems kinda high. But I do think that we still have it. Yes, we do. We've got the old accumulator machine making its things as well, which is pretty dope. Let's see here. We did 100 accumulators. You got it. Need more low-density structures, which we can also yoink off the rocket production line. And then we just need rocket fuel. Boom. We just need a little bit more rocket fuel. Bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom. There we go. Satellite. No. All these things I didn't realize. Who would have thought that a rocket launch would be so complicated? Well, let's see. Where's my concrete at? Is that enough? Yes, it is. And what's the crafting time on that? 30 seconds. Half a minute. We'll be fine. Go ahead. Now, I wonder what would happen if we, like, destroyed this thing. I don't want to think about that. I want to think about the progress that we would lose doing that. Not important right now. Let's not think about that. All right, let's go ahead and throw down the cargo pad or launch pad, whatever this thing is called. So a rocket is launched. Any products from launched items will land here. Okay. Well, we might as well just put it like right next to this thing. Yeah, that's fine. Launch. Is this it? Are we actually like are we gonna do it? The rocket is a lot shorter than I would have expected. Oh, but look at that. We did it! Congratulations, you have beaten the game by launching a rocket into space. You can continue playing this level as long as you like. Although you have won, there is still a lot to accomplish. Grow your factory, research infinite technologies, optimize your production, and unlock more achievements. Thanks for playing, the Factorio team. 270 hours I've put into this game, and at long last, I've actually gotten around to beating it. What's up, mini M&Ms? Oh, you have chosen such an auspicious time to join the stream. Yes, indeed, the Bean Boy has become the Rocket Boy. Look at that. We've got 1,000 space science packs right there. You can go ahead. Honestly, I'm thinking that we do this. Peng, what are you watching?
Why, is it loud?
No, I was just curious. Are you rewatching K-pop Demon Hunters? Nice.
Do you want to watch a movie?
Huh?
Do you want to watch a movie?
I'm streaming.
I know.
Yes. Maybe.
Who wants it to get another day?
Yeah. Yes, huzzah to progress indeed. Huzzah to progress indeed. Look at that. All right. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, not but too much. I'm glad someone showed up. Good Lord. We had Alex in here briefly. A couple of new folks as well. Play for Fun and Hio Frigg, who I believe I had read as Hio Frog. But I'm glad that, you know, one of the regulars showed up and was at least, you know, in stream to observe the glorious victory. But yeah, we did it. And that's something. Let's see here. What more is there to do now? Is this, we have to reaccumulate our uranium production. Although, no. Okay, this is making my brain hurt, but I think I know how to roll with this. Gosh, the way that I set this up is inscrutable, and I am literally the person who built it. Why I built it like this is, I would argue, unknowable. Best not to think about it, quite frankly. But I do know how to actually get this up and running, and this loop here is actually, as it turns out, not necessary. Okay, so we can also go ahead and grab up these baddest of boys. And actually, oh gosh. Oh goodness. And yeah, okay. Turns out we're actually very good. Run some errands, couldn't miss this momentous occasion. Minnie, I appreciate it. I truly do. I mean, we do need more. Of course, putting these things close together is literally not going to accomplish much, given the fact that we don't have any more centrifuges, which we will put together one of. Let's see here. That. Okay. Entity is being damaged. I don't care. Okay. So here's what we do. Yes. This goes like this. And from here, my favorite thing in the world, a splitter. Some of that splits off from here and goes over here. Now, this will bring it past what we're going to call our grand sensor. Sensor, I should say. You know, C-E-N-S-O-R. Which makes sure that no U-235, or U-238 actually, rather ends up in our production flow. And all of this, because the nuclear power is so freaking efficient, all of this concern is really not super necessary. I mean, this has dropped down to below 990 at this point, which is, you know, a little bit concerning. But this might actually represent like a precipitous drop over time. I mean, this is increasing here. The important thing is that we are still effectively twice the temperature that we need to be. The minimum operating temperature for these heat exchangers is 500 Celsius, and we're at, you know, floating around 950, so at the low end, so we're probably fine, actually. Minnie, you would level with me. You would be honest with me, right? How much like an absolute psychopath do I sound as I am talking about this? Is it like relatively complete or totally complete? I'm emotionally fragile, but I think I can handle the news. I'm remembering an exchange from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World of all freaking things. Oh no. Balls. Okay. Concerning. Okay, how do we... Because we had... Okay. There's... Ooh. Oh, this is... No end of concerning here. Oh gosh, that's way too many freaking... Okay, it's fine. We need to... This will be a problem to solve at a future date. Probably not that future, though. Oh, this was such a bad idea, because there's 2 lanes of product. Oh, goodness. Ned, what have you done? Oh, here's what we should have done. Blech. Okay. Here's what we should have done, and indeed will do. Put this there. Put this there. There. Not there. That way, we're accumulating up to a point, so we can grab... It's mostly to just grab these materials as we need to. Oh, okay. Here's the other thing that we need to do. We need to get this there. There. Because this thing is untenable. Gosh, that's an awful lot of advanced circuits all of a sudden. I never thought I'd see so many in one place. Okay. And then we put that there. Bing, bang, boom. Perfection. No sane person would look at any of what I have built here and say, oh yes, this is perfection, so... Make of that what you will. Okay, and then we just need to clear this out. And we're golden. Golden, pony boy. Throw that in there, that in there. Bing, bang, boom. Okay, we also need to finish doing this as well. Also, I hate that we don't have any, that this is not concreted at this point. We'll deal with that in a moment. At this point, it's all jazz, baby. It's all improvised. It's about the parts of the factory that you don't build. Okay. Then we throw, ooh, let's go ahead and do that and that. And then we throw our bowls of Wheaties in there. Oop. Works for me. Alrighty then. Here. Coverx refinement process. Hell yes. What else do we require for this? Advanced circuits. Iron gear wheels? That's fine. Yes. Okay. There we go. Oh, this is so much better. This is a much better way of doing this, as it turns out. Good lord. Now, here's the other thing. As this thing needs to grab uranium-238, it will grab from the nearer row. So we won't deal with, like, a bunch of non-enriched uranium clogging up the system, which is a good thing. For the record. Very much a good thing. And now we're building up the... Yeah, we're building up everything. Oh, Fribjus Day, Kalukale. Hey, look at that. Actual accumulation of rocket fuel. Which is good, especially because we need that for the satellites as well. I mean, I think... Okay, so here's the thing. From here... Robots? Like, it's gotta be robots, right? And the robots, like, as far as I'm concerned, the main purpose of the robots... And they can serve other purposes as well. They can be used to automatically repair and build structures based on the building of structures is based on blueprints, but to my mind the main function of the robots is that they can replace your logistics network entirely. All of the belts, all of the inserters, all of that can be handled by robots and smart chests. Well, not the inserters. The inserters are still needed to put things into assemblers and stuff. But all your belts can be basically replaced with robots. The difference is the belts are self-powered. They do not require any external power source. They power themselves. The robots, if memory serves, take up an awful lot of power. But, like, conceivably, I mean, I think that would be the other, like, fun thing to do with this factory is to completely dismantle this absolute noodle work of belts that I've created, replace everything with robots. Although at this point that would feel kind of sacrosanct. But in any event, that would be a project for a much later day. Because, folks, as you may have noticed, I beat the game. Which is like... I didn't think I would do it. You know, I figured this would be one of those games. It's like, you know, the higher levels of it is just a little bit too smart for me. I can enjoy it, kind of the early to mid game, and then just kind of, you know, give up as the complexity kind of rises just a little bit over my level, and move on to move on to starting a new factory. But no, I stuck to it. This was, I started this up just a couple weeks ago. It feels like not too terribly long ago, and it's janky as all heck. A lot of it barely works, but it does work. It works at a decent speed. Love starting games, hate finishing them. Well, because it's the, it's a much lesser version of the problem of the old shareware model, right? And this is something that I've heard from folks who lived during that era. I wasn't around downloading the original Doom demo through a BBS or anything, but people from that era, I know that longtime internet person Yahtzee has talked about this, that back in the shareware days, these games would be first person shooters, or did someone damage my train? Unacceptable. But back in the old shareware days, these games would put their best foot forward in their first few levels, and especially in the day of where you could immediately turn around and return the game, although GameStop's way of doing things is kind of crappy for that sort of thing. But game returns on Steam, obviously, where it's a full and immediate refund, games do still have to put their best foot forward, and just to sell you on the game. And this isn't true for all games. Something like what would you say? I think a frequent figure of the stream, Jacob Geller, did a whole video about games that save the best for last. But you have something like Shadow of Mordor, right? Which when the second half of the Nemesis system unlocks, kind of becomes a fundamentally different game. But a lot of times, there's something. There is something of that early wonder that games present in their first few moments, in their first few hours. That's really, it's oftentimes something very, very special, as everything is just starting to come together. In something like Factorio, upgrading from everything being coal powered to setting up those first set of boilers and your steam engine so that you can start generating electricity. That's huge. That is a huge moment in the game, right? And there's a magic to the start of games, That being said, it actually, and y'all won't be able to see this, but now I get to add Factorio to my list of completed games in Steam. I've got an entire category denoted with an exclamation mark at the very beginning, so it stays at the top of the list, of completed games. It contains now 51 out of the 400 some odd games that I have in my library, so got a little bit of ways to go. But in any event, I could continue to fiddle with this factory, and indeed probably will. But, as I mentioned in the Discord post, this is a big tick mark now. And we get to move on to something else. Probably Hollow Knight. I didn't realize that Silk Song was coming out quite so soon. But yeah, that's a nice. Maybe I'll do some SEO, search engine optimization. Definitely not. But that is the next game that I am meaningfully close to finishing. So I think that should be goal next. After that is going to be more Sims probably. I want to get back into the Sims. I want to age up. I want to age up Vic. I want to probably bring another baby into the family. I'm thinking that Alex and Eliza could have themselves a science baby. And I realized that I have the whole of like Copperdale to experience with the school and that whole world that I've not really messed around with. I mean, I've used some of the items and stuff from the high school years expansion, but I haven't actually played much with the content, so that's definitely a thing to do. But Hollow Knight first, obviously. But yeah, in any event, as I'm fond of saying during my during work when I'm trying to desperately move a call onto the next chunk of it. That being said, that's gonna do it for me tonight. A shorter stream, but we beat the game. Hooray! We did it, folks. Thank you all very much for watching. I am Ned Finn, and until next time, goodbye forever.